Hello, and welcome back to Heroes Hour. Wasn't really expecting to do another recording of this, but my kiddo's down for a nap right now, so I figured I'd try and do something. Wanted to come back to this game for two reasons. One, because I'm kind of having fun with it. This was actually a very good expansion for me, a very good first week, and so I kind of want to keep playing and see what I can do with it going forward. But also, I wanted to touch a little bit on some of the bigger picture strategy that I was doing over the course of week one, trying to articulate some of that a bit better than I think I did in the first video. And so let's start with the question of why I recruited two heroes on turn one. And the reason I did that is straight up for the troops. Yes, it costs you several thousand gold to do this. They're expensive troops. But if you can leverage that into a faster expansion, and being able to take fights with fewer casualties, I think it pays off significantly. The value that you get from these extra heroes is very, very useful, and they continue to be useful through the end of the game through things like chaining troops, guarding mines, whatever it is. I'll probably set one of them up, possibly Rekanu here, up here, just to camp by this gold mine once I get it and boost the income of it by 50%. But just ferrying troops and stuff like that is very, very valuable, especially as you start to push out. So when it comes to my expansion, I tend to prioritize fights that I can take with few casualties. And within that sort of bracket, I prioritize things that will get me troops. So I prioritize things like the Flame Lake. I prioritize things like the Palace of the Horde. I don't worry so much about these extra resource structures, the special resources, the Crystal Mine, the Alchemy Lab, and the Sulfur Mine. Unless I'm playing a faction that really, really wants one of those, like Undead, I'll prioritize the Mercury because it's so important to how they play. But other than that, they're not worth the fight. Likewise with, there aren't really too many others on here. Something like this would be very, very low priority for me. You don't want to trade troops for experience. That just seems like a terrible trade to me. Troops are your most valuable resource, I think, and everything that you do should be designed around supporting your troops and getting better troops. So trading them in for XP outside of a few very specific hero builds, I don't think is worth it. Other than that, sorry, I lost my train of thought as I was talking about my build order here. Basically, to sum up, the idea that I usually go through with building order is get the tavern first, because that lets me get the additional heroes. If I have to unlock something like the Dead Forest to get that, then whatever, fine. Not ideal, but I'll live. And then, of course, Infirmary, and other than that, I prioritize income and troop buildings. I don't prioritize something like the Marketplace. I don't prioritize the Guild of Mages. The whole idea is get as many troops out at the beginning of week 2 as possible. So that's why I do that. I don't tend to upgrade the buildings during week 1 either, with a few very specific exceptions. Like I'd probably see fit to upgrade to the deckhands in the Tide faction because they become effectively immortal. Take a look at them, it's kind of crazy. So they're very worthwhile to upgrade, but other than that, I don't upgrade these things. Again, the focus is troop numbers and money over anything else, and money is secondary to troop numbers. If it takes you an extra day once the week rolls to recruit everybody, fine, whatever. Getting a fort is always valuable, and just upgrade whatever unit you're finding the most useful. I upgraded the goblins because it synergizes with my build. But if you are doing ranged stuff, you might upgrade for the goblin gorillas or something like that, or even get more of these guys if that works for you. You can't really go wrong because you have the stronghold and the citadel as well, so you can save those for the big boys once you get them. So as we can see here, I've unlocked the vast majority of my starting area. Still got a few little bits of resources and stuff to pick up, but they'll come with time. And so I'm about ready to move out and bust through here and get into the underworld. I try to make it my goal in week 2 to get out of my starting zone by within the first couple days. In this case, I'm going to prioritize the gold mine first, and then I've got a couple more buildings I want to make sure that I get up in here before I actually leave. So with that in mind, let's talk about what I want to build. And what I need to make sure that I get is a guild of mages before I leave the starting zone. I mentioned this in the subtitles in my last episode, get the guild of mages before, because that gets you the town portal spell. Not as big a deal on a map like this, but if you're playing on a bigger map, the last thing you want is to have your main hero off exploring somewhere and the enemy sail up and drop a hero off in your capital, while your primary hero's off doing God knows what somewhere else. Town portal lets you just get right back there right away if you have to. It won't win you the game, but it will prevent you from losing it. So there's that. So with that in mind, Guild of Mages is locked behind the marketplace, so I'm going to build the marketplace this turn. It's not normally a building I care too much for. The exchange rate isn't great. It becomes a bit more useful later on when you really need the extra resources, like extra sulfur to get the Cyclops or crystals to get these blood letters. Actually, it looks like I need a fair number of crystals because the shamans take crystals as well, but I think. It's the annoying thing, you can't see what they cost until you actually build the structure. I have built all my troops. The other things that I have unlocked right now, I may as well talk a little bit more about the rest of the Horde building specifically, and I can't really go further in the game than this without talking about the Horde. So you've already seen the Banner of Champions as one of its unique structures. Its second unique structure is the Nomad Hall, and its third is the Sky Pillar. Of these, Sky Pillar is very good. Luck is an incredibly useful stat to have. It's a straight up damage increase that procs randomly and lets you just further amplify damage. Come on, open up. So luck, 4% chance 4% chance for each attack by your creatures to be a lucky strike, dealing 3 times damage, 4 times larger area, and greater knockback. Again, Horde, I'm going to have a whole bunch of attacks going out, so 4% adds up quickly. So getting luck up is good. Likewise, if you ever see anything that gets your morale up, that's also good. 1.5% chance per second to become high morale, moving twice as fast, and attacking twice as fast. So that's good too. The other buildings that you get as the Horde are the Nomad Hall and the Sky Pillar. Right, I just talked about the Sky Pillar. Now the Nomad Hall is a bit of a trap, I think. So it allows the hiring of inexpensive pre-made armies under your control which cannot exchange units or receive reinforcements. They're basically a guided missile. You point them at a target, you send them in, they'll do quite a bit of damage, and then they die because you can't reinforce them, and they can't hand off their troops to anybody else. So they're very limited in their application, and the issue here is because they can't be reinforced, the hero becomes less useful over time. You can also only have a limited number of these heroes at a given time. So you're encouraged to spend them. Now what that ends up doing is stealing XP from your primary heroes, the heroes that you actually want leveling up and you actually want to like leverage into winning the game. The Nomad Hall can be useful as a oh crap button. If all of a sudden a powerful enemy stack shows up near your town and you have forgotten to get town portal for some reason and can't get back, you can use the Nomad Hall to do that. It can also be used to, in an emergency, to weaken a stack, because unlike relying on, say, throwing bodyguard heroes at somebody, these guys actually have pretty reasonable armies. Those are the only situations I can see using it, though. Is I've already made a mistake, and this is something that might let me continue to play the game. Which could be good to have, for sure, but the cost is XP to your other heroes. The Sky Pillar, again, like I said, luck is awesome, and Sand Elementals in the garrison. You can't take them with you, but it does make Horde towns remarkably tough to crack if they've had a little while to sit around with the Sky Pillar active. So earlier in the game, getting this, not the worst thing in the world, but again, not a huge priority. So of the three, the most important is definitely Banner of Champions, and then pick up Sky Pillar later on when you kind of get to it and have some of your other boxes ticked. What I really need to do is I need to start upgrading the town itself, get the center of the Horde, but I got to get the Mages Guild up first because the rest of this turn is going to be spent beating up on these guys. And let's bust off the Harpies. Actually, let's do it like this. Very aggressive with my hero, and you can see now I'm starting to keep the goblins back a bit. Actually, no, we won't. We're going to be aggressive because I feel like it, and I need to get some experience for some of my units. So let's start this fight with all of my goblins. Okay. Get back into the flame jugglers. Taking a lot of harpy casualties. And quite a few goblin casualties. That's too bad. So 22. Oh yeah, I lost a lot of goblins that go. So what that means is I want to seriously consider... You know what? I'm going to do Bloodlust. I've been putting off getting that for far too long. Hey, so this is me in post here. Sorry, I just wanted to jump in here really quick. I actually went back to my backup save that I had from before I started recording here to show you this, because something I overlooked and that I wanted to show you is how the different units start to gain more power as my hero levels up and they build off of his skills. So the Voodoos here you can see are at 35 health, 4 damage. And we'll just pick on the Harpies. Is there anybody else who's got a nice round one? No, not really. 42 health, 6 damage. And my Sunbringers are at 132 health, 14 damage. So if I just go jump into this fight here real quick, you can see my Voodoos are up to 56 health, 8 damage. So their damage has doubled, and their health is increased by probably 80%. The Harpies are up to 58 health, 10 damage. And then the Sunbringers are up to 162 health and 20 damage. So this is just all based off of my hero skills. So yeah, we'll back to your regularly scheduled programming, I guess. Oh. Did I forget to... I totally forgot to claim the crystal mine. That was really dumb of me. Okay, so... This turn, I think, should be about done. I'm gonna explore down here. Oh, a fountain and a chest. Okay. And as for you, yeah, annoying taking all those goblin casualties. I need to get healer up. I do have healer up. Oh, okay, that actually helps quite a bit. reinforcements out. I'm going to take this mercury mine just to have it. And I keep being inefficient with this guy. I'd intended for him to go up there and pick those up. So plan's going to be, I hit the mercury, circle back, hit the town, because you do have to go back to town to visit the Mages Guild. And then I'm going to bust out of here as soon as that's done. And we'll end the turn. Got some more voodoos. Go join the fun. Now let's take a look at builds here. I need to do the guild, because I'm going to go up here, attack, then turn around. That's one turn to basically get back to here. So I could build the Mages Guild next turn and still be able to go pick it up. Okay, we'll do that. It just gets me a little bit of extra gold. 1,500 gold to be precise. So, now with my army freshly reinforced, we're going to go up and we're going to fight this batch of nonsense. Okay. Go there, go there. I'll tank with my hero to slow them down. I just tried to box select them. Okay, let's throw assault armor up on them. Okay, these are casualties more like what I want to see. Okay, I can handle the loss of 2 goblins and 2 harpies. A lot more than I could that last fight. I just didn't really think my way through how I wanted to approach that. I hope I didn't just waste a bunch of movement. I guess, if worst comes to worst, do I move here and build something else next turn? We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So we've built... let's go pick up the crystal. Pick up the sulfur. And... with you. Gold, some wood. We're going to send you back to camp by... Actually, we're going to send you to camp by the gold mine. Next up. We've moved, we've built. Do I want a second... do I want another hero? I still don't have the champion statue. I'm not going to bother. Do I care about this week's hero? Let's see. He does have bodyguard as a starting skill. Actually, he's a pretty darn good might-based secondary. So I think I will pick him up. Theoretically, I could do it right now, but I may as well get him the free rank of bodyguard. It's like an extra level up. Okay, let's end the turn. Oh, I can make it back to town this turn. Okay, then. So actually what I'm going to do... is see, once I move him back to town, how much movement am I costing to... Okay. Basically 1 point of movement. So I can actually afford to... I'm going to do Sky Pillar, get him that point of luck. Get him the point of luck this turn, Guild of Mages next turn, and then we're off on a magical adventure. Now next, so he's moved. She's putzing around doing God knows what. Let's park you by the crystal mine. It's looking like I'm going to need a fair bit of crystal for buildings. So let's boost the crystal production for now. That might even just be for a turn or two because I'm going to want another hero down exploring, but I might actually use the guy I'm about to recruit to do that. Okay, let's roll the turn. Okay. Oh, hey, I can actually take the sand elementals with me. I didn't know that. Okay. That's something I must have completely overlooked. I thought they were a garrison unit, not a take me with you unit. That's very useful. Okay, even better. Free spawn. So this turn, before anything else, we got to build that Guild of Mages. Okay, now we got Enchanted Wares, Grand Army, or Goblin Expert. So Grand Army will increase a bunch of guys' growth. Goblin Expert will increase the weekly growth of goblins and voodoos, but by more. And given the general strategy that I'm using, I'm going to go for Goblin Expert. I haven't done the math to see what's more efficient. I really should. But yeah, now I'm getting 49 goblins a turn or a week. Do I have anything else I can recruit? No. Okay. Let's see what spells I got. So Town Portal, Animate Dead, Salt Shower, and Fireball. None of these are terribly useful for me, especially because, again, Tom Brewery here continues to be an idiot. But it's still, if nothing else, that Town Portal spell is pretty much essential. So for this turn, we're going to take this fight because it's nice and easy now. And we have no ranged units, so that means we park ourselves in a corner. And we run Distraction and get more archers. Yeah, we ditch some of the harpies and get more archers. We don't have a ton of flying around and flanking to do, so throw ourselves on Defend and run Distraction with the primary hero. And now we attack. And we see how this goes. Should be okay. You always lose a bunch of goblins in the grind, but them's the breaks. So 9 goblins down. Oh god, I lost a lot of them. That's the problem with goblins and melee units. So that's a good skill to pick up, but not immediately. I think what I might do at this point is I'm going to pick up an armorer. It's going to give my goblins more survivability, gives them a chance to dodge ranged attacks, and just bumps up their health more. So we'll do that. Grab the sulfur mine. I'm going to just ignore the sulfur itself. So trading post. Visiting the trading post allows the hero to buy and sell resources at a good exchange rate. Useful. Not critical, but useful. Let's get these stupid goblins back in. I haven't played this strategy beyond week 1, and I am questioning the survivability of the voodoos. I did a similar strategy with, like horde type strategy with order, and I found that to struggle a little bit with sustaining the horde of halberdiers in that case. So I'm wondering if I'm running into a bit of a similar problem with this build. But we shall see. I'm still confident with how we're doing. Like, the army continues to grow. I'm taking Goblin and Voodoo casualties, but that's not... I'm not at a point anymore that I'm super worried about that, so yeah. Now, let's see. Everybody's moved, we've built. Let's roll the turn. Okay. So, this turn, let's look at what we want to build. I could do Palace of the Horde, or I could do the Blood Altar, or I could do the Champion Statue. I think I might want to do the Champion Statue. And so let's see my alternate hero here. A Tunnel Keeper from the Lament faction. Now, I don't know enough about the Lament faction to really know whether or not he's a good hero or not. I can see he's got some sort of mastery, probably the Watcher mastery, and luck as his skills, but he's also got that Pathfinder and whatever that is. I think I'm much happier hiring Trianon here and seeing what we can do with him. I don't particularly like recruiting cross-faction. I don't know, it's just a habit that I've had for ages. Okay, so he's a level 3 Liberator. It looks like so the Bodyguard statue, or the Champion statue, only gave me 1 point of Bodyguard, but because he's level 3, it randomly gave him level 2 Might as well as Bodyguards. So, how would I build this guy out? I'm looking at Centaurs, Legion, Swarming. Also Bloodlust, Archery. So he's a pretty decent generalist, I think. I think he'll be a perfectly acceptable secondary hero. He'll be able to take some fights, and like if we mouse over him, we got a bit of an army tagging along, so that's good. Lots of archers, which is nice to see. And I might leave him here 1 turn, because I think my next priority is going to be getting that Blood Altar. I've got some shamans already. I'm not super fussed about rushing to this. I want to try the Blood Letters, because last time I played Trolls, so I want to see how the Blood Letters work this time. And with that, or what that means, is I'm probably going to want to leave him in place for now. I also here have another one of those. And have you gotten you don't have a... So he'll be able to move next turn. No Cyclopses yet, though, from my other guy. And he has Centaur Mastery, which I'm liking how those Centaurs are working out for me, so that's a nice one to have. Also Devour and Mercurial, which are kind of hilarious. Another skill if you want to break the game is this one. Take the panda dude from the Pillar faction and just spit out a bajillion Mercurials. So, I babbled enough. Let's pick this up, gets me a bit of extra movement. I think between the two I need more sulfur because I use that for the Cyclopses. Let's kill this. Actually, you know what I really shouldn't have? I should have left that for him to pick up. That was dumb. Okay. Well, I think we're ready to take this fight and bust our way out. So, 43 Flame Jugglers and a bunch of garbage. I'm going to take a lot of casualties here. These guys hit hard. Demon Tamer does 14 damage. These Caprias do 14 damage. So that's going to be fun to deal with, especially since I don't really have any tanky units. But we're going to... Oh, crud, I did not mean to do that. Oh god, this is a mistake. Oh, dear God, no. Charge? Charge! Get in there. God. I didn't deploy my harpies where I wanted them. Okay. I think we still got this, though. Yeah, okay, good. I had a moment of panic there, because I was like, what the heck did I do? So 14 voodoos, a harpy, and I, even though it says I only lost one goblin, I gained two somehow, two voodoos somehow. So sure, thank you. Okay, what do I want to pick up next? I think I want more Legion. Just keep buffing up those goblins as much as I can. Let's go check out downstairs. So I think that I'm at about a half-hour mark here. I think I'm going to leave it here for now. One, my daughter's going to be waking up soon, and two, yeah, well, mainly my daughter's going to be waking up soon, and this seems like as good a spot as any to leave it off because I've officially busted out of the starting area. This is about where I'm happy with breaking out at this point, midway through week 2. And I've already got the beginnings of a secondary going here, or at least a plan for a secondary going here, so that's nice to see as well. We'll add those in. I'm going to get the trolls next turn, and we should be off to the races at that point. So I think we will end it here, and again, hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you for putting up with my babbling again, and I will catch you next time, maybe, hopefully. Again, can't promise I'm going to get any more of these recorded. School starts again next week, so yeah. Cheers!